I am so sorry, of course, guys. I am so sorry. But since Cecil had called twice in like a short period of time, I wasn't sure if it was an emergency, so I had to answer that call. Well, he everything's fine, so I'll call him when I get off, okay? So he probably has something to tell me. So I'm gonna wait for a couple of more people to come on back in here. And know you guys that watch my lives, you know that things happen and gets cut off and this, that, and the other. So I'm going to start reading the script again. Okay, because I only read like 1.5 pages of it. So I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on in, give it a few more seconds for you guys to come on back in. Okay, and I am going to be reading, okay, The Price of Fame, and January 26, 2016. That's the draft. Okay, written by me, based on true facts. And disclaimer, this movie is based on hundreds of verifiable facts, but it is only the screenwriter's speculation that John Branca, Paul Gungaware, and Dr. Conrad Murray assisted Michael in faking his death. I explained about Paul Gungaware because he was the co-CEO of AEG Live, and he was around the Colonel when Elvis's death announcement came. And now he's around again with Michael's. John Branca, who is the legal mastermind to make sure Michael breaks no laws in what they call trade secrets. Okay, so that is just my disclaimer. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's start reading it again. Okay, fade in, Staples Center, daytime, Michael Jackson Memorial Ceremony. 5 Jackson brothers are carrying in a casket, looking very sad, to the stage. They take their seats. Cut to center stage. 11-year-old Paris Jackson is giving a speech with all the Jackson family members surrounding her lovingly. I put the link in there. Paris, crying without tears. I just want to say, ever since I was born, Daddy has been the best father you could ever imagine. And I just want to say, I love him so much. And she falls into Janet's bosoms, right? But they have noticed that she had an earpiece, so somebody was reading to her. Okay. And then Marlon's, what's the word? Angelique, right? So Marlon was reading his too, Angelique. All right. But anyway, cut to angelic. He meant to say angelic, but he said Angelique twice. So he was reading it, but I'm sorry. I'm going to try not to go off on my little tangents. Okay. Cut to. Crowd is gone and ceremony is over, but casket remains with 2 security guards standing near the casket. 2 more security guards walk up to them, hand them paperwork, and all of them pick up the casket and carry it off to an awaiting SWAT police van. That's from TMZ, the SWAT police van. They open the doors and put in the casket. While the 2 men are up front, one driving, the other 2 men are in the back of the van with the casket. One tries to sneakingly open it. Security guard number 1, whispery. Man, it's nailed shut. Security guard number 2. That's why it was a closed casket, dummy. Okay, security guard number 1. It's kind of light. Doesn't feel like there's a body in it. The other guy, well, Mike was skinny. Security guard number 1. Where are we taking it? Back to Forest Lawn Mortuary? Security guard 2. No, we're taking it to the coroner's office. Looking at the clipboard notes. We have to check it in under the name of Carlton Austin Guy. Security guard number 1. I thought this was Michael Jackson's dead body. Security guard number 2. Maybe they're using a fake name. Celebrities do that all the time for privacy. Security guard number 1. Privacy? Even in death, the man has to hide? Security guard number 2. We ain't paid to think. We here to transport this body. Security guard shaking the casket. Well, something ain't right. Fade out, fade in. Subtitle, November 11th, 1993, Mexico City, opening scene. Evening, stadium sold out, crowd cheering. Michael Jackson, MJ, a mid-30s superstar, singer, and dancer, is on stage performing the hit song Billie Jean. When he finishes the song, he jogs off stage while the crowd continues to cheer. Cut to stage right, John Branca, a late 30s attorney, male. A doctor in his 50s who has no name except doctor. MJ meets up with these two men in business suits who look solemn. MJ still vibing off the crowd. MJ says, wow, this never gets old. Even after 30 years, it still feels like it did when I was 5 years old. The crowd, encore, encore, encore. MJ runs back on stage to sing Heal the World, but first gives a speech. MJ. Today we stand together all around the world, joined on the common purpose to make the planet a haven of joy and understanding and goodness. No one should have to suffer, especially our children. This time we must succeed. This is for the children of the world. So then MJ sings Heal the World. The crowd, we love you more, MJ. I love you more. MJ walks off the stage and the two men looking solemn are still there. JB, that's John Branca. There's a media jungle out there, Michael. Reporters from all over are waiting for you. Michael says, why? What's up? John Branca says, the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Department has issued a statement that they'll arrest you if you don't turn yourself in. MJ, sheriffs, the police? John Branca, yes. Michael, for what? John Branca, Jordy Chandler's dad has claimed you molested his 13-year-old son. What? Is he crazy? Sex with a kid? John Branca, I've made arrangements so they don't arrest you. When you come into the U.S. jurisdiction, they want pictures of your penis, Michael. No way, Michael says. I didn't molest anyone and no kid has ever seen my penis. John Branca, if you don't agree tonight and return to Neverland, if you don't agree tonight and return to Neverland within 24 hours, they'll arrest you first chance they get. MJ falls to his knees and the doctor gives him a bottle of water and some medications. Michael takes the medications. And John Branca says, I've chartered a plane that's waiting for us. We'll have to postpone some concert dates. But first, we got to find a way to get you out of here unnoticed. Michael says, don't worry, I brought it. John Branca says, oh, good. Cut to John Branca, the doctor. John Branca, the doctor, and an unknown woman are walking through a media frenzy to an SUV. When safely inside and driving away, the unknown woman takes off her disguise, and it's Michael Jackson. Cut to subtitle, December 20th, 1993, Neverland, morning, interior, the foyer. Four men, which is like a foyer. In a house. And so they're at Neverland. They're at the house. They're at the little room when you first enter the house. It's a foyer. Four men waiting. District attorney, a 40th man wearing a business suit, two police officers, one is holding a camera, and another doctor. All four men have on surgical gloves. District attorney, DA. Photographing the King of Pop's junk in his trunk. Who would have thought this would be part of our job duties? Police officer with the camera, laughing. I photographed some gory things in my life, but this has to be one crime scene I'm going to remember forever. Michael's groins and butts and balls included. DA looking at his gloves. I should have put sequences on to honor the occasion. The second police officer chuckling, Wacko Jacko, the freaky face white black man. Now we're gonna see Wacko Jacko's Paco. All three of them laugh together. The doctor with them doesn't say a word, but listens with embarrassment. And cut to interior, library filled with books, memorabilia, gifts, mail, dolls, go-kart replicas, and a pinball machine. MJ, John Branca, and MJ's doctor are talking. John Branca. Michael, remember, don't say anything. Just cooperate and do what they say so this nightmare can be over as quickly as possible. Michael's hysterical. John, what am I supposed to do? Just drop my drawers and let them touch me? And John Bronca, you have to be completely naked. John Bronca hands MJ a nearby robe. I bought you a robe just in case you didn't have one. MJ, I can't be in my pajamas. John Bronca, I think it's easier just to take off your robe than taking off your pajama pants and your pajama shirt. MJ, will they be lifting up my penis, John? Oh God, no, I'm not sure I can go through with this. MJ falls to his knees and begins to cry. The same doctor from the night before rushes over to lift him up and hands him a bottle of water and 2 pills, and the bottle reads Peter Madani. JB, no, they won't touch you. That has been, John Bronca says, no, they won't touch you. That has been made explicitly clear. MJ, weak but hysterical. Sex with a child? I never. We have innocent sleepovers. Flashback with MJ still reminiscing as a voiceover. He says, this is a voiceover and it's kind of a flashback. I sleep on the floor while they sleep in my bed. We wake up and we start playing games all over again. How could this happen to me? I'm innocent. I do what I can to help kids in need. I even have a room set up like hospital rooms for terminally ill children so they can watch their favorite movies. End of flashback. John, Michael's talking. John, what kind of monster is Evan Chandler? What did he tell his son Jordy to say? How could this be happening? John Bronca, calm down, Michael. They're waiting to come in here and take pictures, Michael. They told me if they think those photos match their description, JB shows the sketch, the real sketch, they will arrest you right here, right now. MJ, there's their kids, John, the friends I never had as a kid. Flashbacks with MJ still reminiscing, voiceover, visual matches memories. I needed something to do while I made public appearances, so having a kid around gave me someone to interact with. It's so hard to be stared at like a circus monkey, so I got Bubbles so that the attention was on him too. Gosh, that got all twisted wrong. We have water balloon fights, we swim, just fun kid stuff. I've been trying to get my childhood back. That's all, John. That's all, Doctor. It's all innocent. End of flashback. Doctor, I know, Michael. Adults are always trying to sell, Michael says, adults are always trying to sell me something or get me to do something. I get a break from the pressures of being Michael Jackson. I just want to have some fun, like the childhood I never had. I worked when I should have been playing. John Bronca, he wants money, Michael, lots of it. Michael says, Evan asked me to finance his film. Flashback with MJ still reminiscing, voiceover. Right after he asked me to build an extension to his house, he wanted more than $20 million. I didn't know how to tell him no, so I just strung him along, hoping he'd get the hint and drop it. Into flashback. John Bronca, I guess he finally, so this is Michael talking, and then the visual is the flashback, okay? He's talking, but what you're seeing is the flashback. John Bronca, I guess he finally understood, but wants revenge for stringing him along and wants the money. John Bronca says, I guess he finally understood, but wants revenge for stringing him along and wants the money. Michael said, I had no intentions of giving him $20 million. I have my own film projects. I want to finance my own ideas. John Bronca, greed is the root of all evil, MJ. I thought it was nothing more than a proposal, and it was up to me to decide. I had no idea this would be payback. I know this is punishment for not financing his films. I just know it. John Bronca, it's extortion, plain and simple. Michael, yeah, money, the almighty dollar, and jealousy. Flashback with MJ still reminiscing, voiceover, visuals matches his memory. Okay. The real situation is I basically hung around Jordy and Jordy's sister to get next to their mother, June. June is a black and Asian beautiful woman in her early 30s. We all did everything together. I spent almost the same amount of time with Jordy's sister as I did with Jordy, but I was really interested in June. I'm hoping that her and I could have something meaningful. But John, I'm so shy when it comes to girls. And then I added this right here. I added a little comment. He says, I have handicapped emotions, John. Is not as good as it seems to be, Michael Jackson, because he's saying he has handicapped emotions. Remember that line? And someone put their hand out. He says, and every time I hear that song, I'm like, handicapped emotions, right? He said, I choose to bond with kids as a way to get close to her. You know, end of flashback. John Bronca, my goodness, Mike. You certainly took a long time. You took the long way to get June's affections. MJ starts to slow down his speech. The medication seemed to be taking effect. MJ, and now I'm gay, having sex with a little boy. I have nothing against gay people. I was even hesitant to publicly claim I wasn't gay because I didn't want to offend the gay community. But now I must come out and tell the world I'm not gay and I have zero interest in sex with a child. John Bronca. So it was June? I never knew that. But now your innocence must be proven. MJ, I kept my feelings close to my chest. I keep my feelings close to my chest because when I'm interested in a girl, they're bound to get hurt, either by the media or fans get jealous. And then I added a comment here. And start a hate campaign against the woman in my life. So I publicly hang out with animals or kids. I need to have something that keeps people away from intruding my space. And I don't think of don't think of me as an available bachelor. I don't want women to think of I don't want women not to think of me as an available bachelor. When my brothers all got married so young, it hurt our image, so I just don't tell anyone. I want love and to be loved just like anyone else. John Bronca, I know, Mike, people just don't know the price of fame. MJ, there's always bodyguards watching my every mood, which made it hard to get to know a girl, but having kids around was easy. I thought I'd be rumor free. John Bronca, now it's all twisted up backwards. They're accusing you of having kids sleep in your bed. MJ, before the Jackson 5 was signed to Motown, and sometimes even after. Wait, let me go back here. Now it's gotten all twisted up backwards. They're accusing you of having kids sleeping in your bed. Michael Jackson reflecting. He's reflecting. Before the Jackson 5 was signed to Motown, and sometimes even after, he's doing a flashback now. Me and my brothers would often share the same bed. We had performances out of town. My parents couldn't afford separate rooms in all those beds for all of us. So we just slept in a small hotel bed, and sex was not even a thought in our heads. We had pillow fights. My brothers would talk about girls, and we'd go to sleep. End of flashback. Innocent, John, innocent stuff. John Bronca, go put on that robe. Mike steps away. John and the doctor look at each other, and the doctor whispers to John Bronca as in a hurdle position. Doctor, you better hurry up to get him in here. You better hurry up and get them in here to take the pictures before his anti-anxiety drugs take full effects and he's slurring and he can't stand without wobbling. MJ comes back. Okay, Mike, it's time now. I'm sending them in. You ready? Do I have to, John? John Bronca. They might arrest you and take you to jail if you don't. John Bronca walks to the door and opens it. There will be, he tells the guys, there will be no questions asked nor answered. Get your photos so we can get this nightmare over with. John Bronca and the doctor leave the room and close the door behind them. Cut to. The door opens from the outside of the library into the foyer. The four men walk out with disappointment on their faces, the DA angrily. Well, today's not the day we take Mr. Jackson in, but I'm figuring one day this will change. The four men leave. John Bronca and the doctor walk into the room to find MJ sprawled on the floor. They help him up, walk him out of the room, up to the stairs, and lay him in his bed. Michael says, I did it, John. I didn't say a word. I didn't fall down. I let them photograph me. It was the most humiliating experience of my life. John Bronca, you did good, Michael. Interior bedroom, God, that's so sad. It's making me cry. MJ, they didn't arrest me. They didn't arrest me, so it didn't match. I told you, John. I didn't have sex with any child, Jordy, nor any other child. That's not what I'm into. John Bronco, I know, Michael. You got to get some rest. MJ, I don't do well in the real world. I feel most comfortable performing. It's where I feel love. Nowhere else do I feel that love except on stage or with the innocence of children. It's time for you to get some sleep. John Bronco and the doctor leave the room and close the door. Okay, so that's where I'm going to end it. That's where I'm going to end the reading of the script. And so as you can tell, it's a sad thing how Michael had to suffer, you know. And what I've always tried to do is I have always tried to feel his pain, put myself in his situation, think about things from his perspective, right? And think about how absolutely horrifying that experience had to be for him, you know? And all because this one guy wanted Michael to finance a film, and he wanted Michael to spend his money, you know. And you think about people that were supposed to be Michael's friends, like Debbie Rowe, and you think about people like Liz Taylor, okay. And right now, I really do think that the media props these relationships up because they're white. They're white women. If it was black women who did this to him, oh my God. Oh my God. Right? Separate the black man from the black woman. That's a goal, right? So, anyway, that was very emotional for me. It even gets more emotional, and I got 200 and let's see how long this is. I think it's 205 pages. Let's see, 204 pages. Okay. And very, 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 very sad. So we've gotten I wish I could make this movie, but this movie's going to cost $25 million on a budget, on a it would be a mini series, it would be a limited series, and it costs $25 million minimum, to make something like this. And that's on the cheap, but anyway, I thought I would read that to you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, guys, if you want to do a live 5, order your Stays All Day Fragrance Shea Body Butter. Refer a friend. Send it as gifts. I got special gift wrapping. Send it as gifts. And let's continue to do that. And I will talk to you guys. Let me make sure I said everything I needed to. Tina Marie. She was trending today. And I just want to say, ain't no white girl as great of a singer as Tina Marie, okay? Singing black music. Tina Marie is one of my all-time favorite singers, period. And she was trending today. And so I said, why Tina Marie? She died day after Christmas. When did Tina Marie die? I think about 5-6 years ago. It wasn't around this time. Tina Marie died. 2010. Was that long ago? December 26, 2010. Wow. So just months after Michael, and I'm telling you guys, if you don't know who Tina Marie is and you like soul R&B music, ain't no white girl ever did it as good as her. She's fantastic. And so I salute her. The day that I heard she died, I did a whole Twitter thing where we listened to her music for hours. And she's got like a dozen of the greatest songs, and she sounds exactly the same live as she sounded in the recordings. So I'm glad I hope you were able to sell, I hope you were able to sell some records, Tina, today, because you were trending. And And with that, oh, one other note. If you guys send me a lot of Michael's cute pictures, just pictures that Michael is cute, or he looks cute, and you don't see that I'm approving them, because that's not really what I do. I really don't just post a whole bunch of Michael's cute pictures, only because then my stuff, the information that I want is, falls down and it gets buried. And I want to keep certain information fresh. So that's why I'm not trying to be insulting, or I'm not trying to be dismissive or anything. It's just that I don't do, yeah, Michael is cute, right? I leave the other websites to do all the Michael is cute pictures, and I try to be as informative as I can to bring you Michael info as often as I can. So I need you guys to help me to do a live 5. And then if the Lord has it for me to do the Price of Fame. Oh my God. And the part that I did with the Prisoner of Fame, that's the exact middle so there's a lot more from, Michael being humiliated and having to strip in front of the cops and have his pictures taken. And that is all a fact, so that's why I said it's based on facts. Did it happen exactly that way? I don't know, but these are all facts of things that happened in Michael Jackson's life. And whenever it's a movie, it's always, you have kind of a, it's based on, because you can't do everything exactly the way it is in real life, but a documentary is accurate. My documentaries are accurate, but it's a documentary. That's supposed to be truthful. But I kind of do things for dramatic purposes in movies. And also, you can't do a whole bunch of different location shots. So if we were ever to have the chance to do the Price of Fame, we do a lot at Neverland. A lot of shooting, a lot of things would happen at Neverland. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this reading of the Price of Fame. I thought about packaging the script and selling it as a book. Selling the script as a book, a way to make some money. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll read another 10 to 12 pages, maybe not. But you guys let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so I will talk to you guys next time. Go to staysalldayshay.com and michaeljacksoninsider.com to watch some movies, watch my documentaries, or order some fragrance shea body butter. And I have an announcement the next time that I'm on. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Love you.